Hello, just some few minutes ago, President Putin of Russia have just recently listed the conditions of which is going to stop the war in Ukraine and back out of Ukraine. And according to its conditions, the condition was pretty much very, very good and it was very, very nice. But the West just ignored the conditions of Putin and decided to continue the war with Russia either way. This to tell that the US, which is the NATO, really, really wants the war in Ukraine. They really want to fight with Russia. But they are missing one thing, and the thing they are missing is that they are underestimating Russia and overcalculating Putin about what Russia can do. And apart from that, the Western countries, especially the United States of America, has been supplying weapons to Ukraine, especially American advanced missiles. They have been supplying American advanced missiles to the Ukrainian people to be striking inside Russia. That's going to be very, very devastating for the Ukrainian people because once Russia starts retaliating, they might decide to retaliate with nuclear weapon. And one nuke is capable of wiping out the whole of Ukraine out of the face of the planet. What the West is doing is very dangerous, and the West know what they are doing. Well, what they are getting wrong is that they are underestimating Russia. They think that maybe if it comes to a full-blown war, America and so-called rotting NATO members are going to be capable to wipe out Russia without getting wiped out also. That's what they think. So they are kind of like underestimating Russia. And even some of them are even saying that some of the NATO members are even saying, oh, China is the backbone of Russia. So without China, Russia can't do anything and all of that. That's a very, very wrong calculation by one of the NATO members. How can you say without China, Russia cannot do anything? Russia has the most largest ICBM silos in the whole world, and China is second to Russia. So China's economy is very good, more better than Russia, but Russia have a very potent military power than China. So Russia and China together, they are strong and they have strong ties together and strong relationship. Actually, some few days ago, after the agreement was being neglected, the peace talk that President Vladimir Putin offered was being neglected. President Putin sent nuclear submarines and warships to Cuba. That's just about 70 kilometers away from the coast of Florida. If you're in Florida, if you were to view from Florida with a very with a very telescope, you are going to be able to sight the Russian warships in their military base in Cuba and the submarines. They are all there. And the retaliation of that, the US has also sent some submarines too to the same Cuba too, but that doesn't stop anything. So this is a strong message to the United States of America that if he continues sending weapons to Ukraine, or maybe if he wants to escalate the war in Ukraine to kind of like a to an extent that is unbearable for Russia. So Russia is capable of sending military down to Cuba to wipe out the United States of America. And the submarines that Russia has sent so far is capable of even taking a strike to the whole of South America, which is the south of the United States. It's capable of wiping out the south of the United States. This is a big move. You see, at February 2022, when Putin haven't taken over Lugansk, Donetsk, another part of Ukraine, President Vladimir Putin offered a peace talk agreement to stop the war in Ukraine. But the United States of America, President Joe Biden, and the Prime Minister of UK as at that time, which is Boris Johnson, they hijacked the peace talk agreement. They told President Zelensky not to accept the peace talk that was offered February 2022. That was offered by the President Vladimir Putin. They hijacked the peace talk. So President Putin continued with the war and got into Ukraine fully. And after the war now, President Putin still bring another peace talk agreement. Right now, President Putin is saying that Russia should keep the already taken over part of Ukraine and let them make a normal agreement with Ukraine, with the other part, with the West. And Zelensky and the West, they are still refusing. Rather, Zelensky replied Putin, and right now, Zelensky is telling Putin that if he wants to end the war, he should just lay down his arms and get out of Ukraine. That's not a peace agreement. You see, what Zelensky do not understand is that this advanced missile that the United States have just recently supplied to Ukraine to be striking inside of Russia, by the time Zelensky starts using this missile to strike Russia, what Zelensky do not understand is that once Russia starts retaliating with heavy advanced missiles inside Ukraine, the same West that is backing Zelensky up now will not be able to back Zelensky up as at that time, because any backup that is being made at that time, Russia, especially President Vladimir Putin, is going to take it as a full and a powerful strike against Russia. And Russia will have no other choice than to use its intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBM, which is going to be very devastating for Ukraine, devastating for NATO, especially the so-called European Union, who are the puppet of America that is being used against Russia. And it's also going to be very devastating for the United States itself. That's what Zelensky do not understand. Because once Russia gets into a full military blown war with NATO, Zelensky can no longer withstand it anymore. And that's what the West is looking for. But anyway, that is just it. What the West are getting wrong right now, they think that they can defeat Russia. They are miscalculating Russia, not knowing that Russia is capable of wiping out NATO and America at first strike, because they have the power to do so. And even if NATO or maybe United States is the one that strike first, Russia has already set up a doomsday plan. That means if United States or NATO was to strike first into Russia and wipe out Russia, there's a technology and there's a technology inside Russia ICBM that's going to activate itself to respond back. All those Russian submarines you see patrolling everywhere, they are all advanced submarines. Those are submarines that even if nobody is controlling it, once Russia is the whole homeland is being struck, those submarines can activate themselves and take a strike themselves. That's how those submarines is being built, especially the newly supplied Belgorod submarine that was just recently supplied to the Russian Navy. They're capable of doing that. America is the problem of the world. America still remains the problem of the world, and America will continue being the problem of the world, or else it's been stopped, and it's going to be stopped. This World War III that America is preparing for, America cannot win it, and they will never win, because enough is enough for who think it is birthright to parasite, exploit other people, and to oppress other countries in the world. So let me know what you think in your comment below, and please don't forget to follow me or subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. I'll see you on the next video. God bless you.